Hi. Thank you everyone for coming. This is so much fun. We're also going to be doing a giveaway at the end, which is going to be very fun. Although I don't know how we're accomplishing that just yet. So I will let you know. Wow, this is so fantastic. Yay, I love these. Okay, let me go ahead and let's get the party started. Welcome to Snap Sessions, everyone. This is going to be Brat style. I'm just kidding. The whole thing is not Brat related. But thank you so much to Snappic for having me and letting me do these every now and then. I really do enjoy it. It is so much fun to be able to get to connect with everyone and to make sure that everyone is utilizing Snappic to the best of their abilities. We're going to cover a lot of fun things today, and I'm really excited. If you have any questions, go ahead and put it in the chat. There's a lot happening on my end right now, which I will share a photo of it later on, but there's a lot of stuff happening on my screen. So it might take me a second to get to everyone's questions. But like Demir said, if you could go ahead and put your questions in the Q&A, yes, we can get to those in a moment.
Hello, everyone. I will be backstage replying to the questions.
Yes, and Demir sounds like he's on Mars right now. Okay, so this is what we're going to cover. We are going to be going over translations, which is a fantastic feature that I think is a little bit underutilized in Snappic. We're also going to be going over attract screens, offline background removal, some lighting tips, and then going over some of the AI updates. So let's go ahead and get started. Some of this stuff I might just blow through real quick. So if anyone needs to stop me, just go ahead and put your question in the Q&A section. Let's go ahead and get started with translations. So translations is a great feature whenever you want to change some of the verbiage that's used within your Snappic app and within the user experience. And I think that's what the theme of this whole kind of Snap session today really is going over, is more about the customer experience and how we need to be providing more immersive experiences to our guests. So to go into your translations, you're going to log into your account. I have Enterprise Plus, so mine has my little logo at the top, which I really do enjoy. And you're going to press the preset button. The preset button will bring you to this page, which has app translations, virtual booth translations, template preview images, event templates, and video preview recordings. The FX things that you can do. We're going to be going over two of these. In the previous Snap session, we went over event templates. So I'm briefly going to touch on that again in this Snap session. So you're going to go ahead and click presets, and then you're going to go ahead and click app translations, and then that's going to bring you to this page. And it's going to have all of the different translations that is available to everyone. And I'm going to open this up on my screen here so everyone can see what this is going to look like. And we're going to go into this dashboard. So we're going to click presets again. And we're going to go into app translations. Now, I already have mine set. It's under urban events. So I'm just going to create a new one, and we're going to create a new translation. So what I really enjoy about this is, let's say you're doing like a space themed event. What's really cool is whenever you have someone that is utilizing the photo booth, you can change the words to make it match that theme. Or you could even do it to match your brand, which I think is a little bit fun. So for example, right here, it says title for burst GIF camera type event function. This is going to say burst. We can change it to boomerang. Actually, we'll do boomerang, and then you can hover over and see where that's going to change. So you can see where it says burst, that little highlighted image. It's going to show you where in Snappic this is going to be translated with. Another thing, actually, I'm going to go back into my original translation so I can click urban events. So one thing that I have here is boomerang for this one. Actually, I didn't realize it's not capitalized. Maybe that's why we need to fix these every now and then. So another thing that I really hate is the word pick. I hate the word pick. It sounds like picking something. I don't know. But I do enjoy the word select. So I do appreciate it's kind of like whenever you use the word, like whenever we used to sell weddings, we used to do black, white, and ivory. I hate the word ivory. I just think it's such an older term. I love the term French vanilla. So we would never call it ivory. We would always call it either French vanilla or ecru. It's the same thing. You're not picking your background, you're selecting your background. So that's just one of the things. So anytime it says pick, I have it changed to select just because I can't stand the word pick. Another thing here is I don't like the word processing. I think that it is not fun. I do enjoy editing photo and editing video because that's really what it is doing. Same thing with adding video, transferring video to device, because whenever you have someone kind of hovering over your shoulder, they're going to be asking a million questions, especially if you got that one little kid that's going to be doing, 360 photo booths all night. And what's that doing? It just eliminates the questions. So again, we're not picking our filter, we are selecting our filter. And this is also great if you need to translate it into a different language. That also helps as well. Like right here, finishing up, it's kind of like turkeys are done, humans are finished. We are uploading it to the gallery. That's what we're doing. Another thing here is SMS. Well, what's that? It's texting. So we're just going to change it to text. Instead of share, we're doing send, because people had a weird thing. Who am I sharing it to? Well, you're sharing it to yourself. So we just changed that to send. So this is a fantastic way of going through all of these and really going super granular about what these things say. So I really enjoy that. And you can change everything on here, like passcode required. I love the term authorization code. One of my friends, whenever she was little, she always saw authorized personnel only. Whenever she grew up, she wanted to become authorized personnel. I thought that was a fun, cute little thing that we did when we were kids. So again, anything you want to change on here, it is all available to change. So again, scan this QR code on the iPad. I don't want people to know that the device that I have in here is an iPad. So we're going to say scan the QR code on camera to start the session. We're not picking our experience, we're selecting our experience. So this is such a great way to change all these things. And you can do things that are unique to your business. So instead of saying, sending, you can say uploading to space, or, whatever, it's going to the moon and back, whatever, to make it just a little bit more fun for your guests. So that's how we do presets. And then to apply the preset, whenever we go into our event, clearly I've been doing some test ones. We're going to go in here. And so these are my current event templates that I have in here. I'm just going to click 360 and do a 361. And then we're going to go into event options. We're going to click the advanced button over here. And then where it says translation, we're going to change it to whatever it is. I already have all these event templates set up and the translations. So whenever I hit that template button, it goes automatically to the translation that I have. So I really do enjoy this. Another thing is whenever you have, and we're going to go into this a little bit later, but whenever you have this little text right here, it says start camera button text. Instead of saying tap to start like it normally would, whenever, let's say you have a GoPro or an iPhone or an iPad or whatever connected to your 360, on there, I want it to say ready, because that way it's telling the attendant, hey, it's ready. And I don't need tap to start. I don't know. I just think it's a little bit of a clunky experience for the guest. So that's why I like it to say ready. I'm very particular. If you haven't already guessed. So yeah, that's how that goes. So that is event translations. We're going to go back to the presentation here. And of course, I'm pushing the wrong button. There we go. Ah, there it is. Again, so much stuff happening over here. So event translation. So I love to see everyone kind of make these translations their own. Please, if you do a fun event and you want to share it with everyone, go ahead and share it in the Snappic user group, because this is always really, really nice to see. So the start screen is really the first interaction that guests have with the booth. And it's not just necessarily a functional element. It's super critical for the tone of the experience that you're creating for your guest and by extension for your client. I have always said this: anyone that ever walks into my office, if a client can see it, it's important. And this principle really ensures that every visible element of the photo booth is intentional. And I've said this a million times before. Whenever you are more intentional with your product, whether that be your 360 and you're going to do a vinyl on top, or you're going to have, let's just say you're running an iPhone, making sure that that iPhone has, you know, your client's logo on it or whatever. That is always super important, and it shows people that you care. There was an episode that we did on Super Boothers where we talked about luxury experiences, and one of the luxury experiences, the best luxury experience that I ever had, it always comes down to whenever it can be something so little, and it's just the simple act of caring for someone. So you're just caring just a little bit more. It's really important for the start screen to, especially if you're doing a drop-off booth, you want it to be able to explain everything that it needs to explain without necessarily having to be there. So what I like to do is I like to go into Canva and create little start screens that say different things. So one of the ones that we do for roaming is it'll always say photo booth. It'll always say tap to start. It can say share instantly. You can put all of those things in with your design and into that MP4 file that you can upload into the track screen section. It's really all about reinforcing that visual identity. So for example, let's just say you're doing an event for the Kansas City Chiefs. You better not show up with anything blue. It needs to be red. Just those things make it seem a little bit more intentional. And again, I've said this a million times. Like I said, first impressions matter. I can't, how many times have you been to an event where you have gone up to a photo booth and seen this screen? I wonder where their photo booth software comes from, and you can clock it. And the same thing goes for the buttons. Everything with Snappic can be customizable now. So everything from the start screen to the photo booth screen to the sharing station screen, at very minimum, should have at least your branding. So one of the things that I like to do, and again, we can take a look at it in the previous Snap session that I did, where we did event templates. So all the event templates are already preloaded with all of my branding, and you're just going click, click, click whenever you're having to start an event again and, you know, set up a new one. Let me see. Another thing is, it's also really important to get feedback from your client. So if you're just kind of sitting at an event, and previously I always like to, you know, say, you know, my grandmother can operate it, which was true. Push the thing, it starts the countdown. Everything, all of these little details need to be fine-tuned. So is it 5 seconds? Is it 4 seconds? Is it 3 seconds? Some work better than others. Sometimes it's going to change depending on if you're doing a 360 and your speed is going at a certain spot and you want it to hit, you know, at a particular background at a particular time. So you're testing, you know, do we start at 12 o'clock? Do we start at 6 o'clock? Do we start at 9 o'clock? And then, you know, figure out your spin from there to get, you know, what you want. So all these things are not necessarily one size fits all. However, most of the time, you can find a little bit of a sweet spot for it. So this is a sample of kind of what I'm talking about whenever we really talk about immersive branding. Is what story are we trying to tell? Because we can tell a story with our photo booths from start to finish. So it all starts from whenever the guest walks into the event, they're walking up to the photo booth. Clearly, this one was done for Terminex. I think we made killing bugs look sexy, but that's just me. And we're going in here and we're trying to convey, hey, this is fun. Hey, we can do all these things for you. So it's immediately going to start off with the initial visual of, oh, that photo booth for Terminex. Let's go take a photo with some bugs or something. So we'll go ahead and go in there. We'll do the tap to start screen, and that's all branded as well. They take the photo, they either scan the QR code or text it to themselves, and then they're brought to the microsite. Now, the microsite, everyone knows that we can customize. So what I like to do is just do a simple background and a logo, and that's it. We really don't have to reinvent the wheel. We are not curing cancer here. This is something that is super, super, super quick, that you can even just be like the hero with your client. There are plenty of times where it purely comes out of boredom for me. I'll walk into an event, I'll see that everything is green or whatever. So we'll go ahead and all of my branding is pink and purple. So this is going to look out of place whenever all of their branding is green. So I'll go in, I'll change the microsite, I'll go ahead and change the logo. It doesn't cost me anything because everything with Snappic is just very easy to upload, and we're kind of making these changes really quick. The same thing goes for slideshows. There are times where we did an event it was a children's museum, and they had these gigantic screens. And I asked someone, I was like, can we put a slideshow on that screen? And someone's like, yeah, can you do that? Absolutely. Go into slideshow 2.0, slap on a background, change the thing, go to the laptop, type in the little address, the little web address for the thing. And then we had a cool slideshow playing on existing monitors. So you're just utilizing these features, to the best of their ability. So again, are we just matching the branding? Are we matching the colors of the event? Are we telling a story, whether it's visually, is it a color story? All of these things can be incorporated into the design of your photo booth. So for example, one of the things that I like to do with the 360 is, if we have an iPhone or a camera or an iPad mini or whatever the case may be, is all of these things are branded. So we're going into the attract screen and we're making sure that even if it's your logo, I really don't care, just so long as it's branded with something and not just a plain background, because all of these details truly, truly matter. There was actually someone, I just posted the little brat event that we did with the local sharing station. And we were doing videos on one end. They were beaming over to the local sharing station on the iPad. Everything is branded from, even if someone glances at it. I don't know if anyone has been to Disneyland recently, but let's say you're going to Disneyland and you're walking into the front of your the little ticket kiosk or whatever, where they're scanning your tickets. They scan your ticket, you walk in, you spend a lot of money, you have a fantastic day, you're walking out. Those screens say thanks for coming whenever you're walking out. It's that important, and that's how many details go into things like this. So if the guest can see it, it's important. And I just really hope that everyone if you take away one thing from this, I really hope that that's the thing that it is. I really don't think I can overstate this, just because this is an extension of yourself, and you want to make sure that your client knows that you care. And you also want to make sure that anyone else that's attending that event that comes up to you that needs an event later on down the road shows that you care as well. So that is making sure that those things are branded. So let me go into, I'm sure everyone knows how to do this, but we'll go ahead and do it one more time, because this is a learning opportunity. So we're going to go down here, and you're going to go into app experience. This is my favorite part of the Snappic app. And on here, we're going to go ahead and start with a track screen. So I just like to move left to right. So on the attract screen, I'm going to go ahead and upload the animated attract screen, and it gives you the preview dimensions. So I'm just going to use the sample one. Here we go. So I'm going to click a track screen library. I think this is my internet, or it could be my browser. But anyways, whenever you click the track screen library, it'll pull up a couple of different options of presets. So all of those presets are super, super cool. There's some for birthdays. There's some for weddings. There's some for holiday. These are the standard ones. So this one's going to say tap to start. So you can just click tap to start. Then it's going to show you that little preview right there. Now, again, one of the things that I do is hide the background overlay, retake, exit, title banner, those things, because I don't want to see any of those. And then again, you can upload a background to the sharing station and then also update the standby screen.
I just want to add to that for photo booths tab. Can you click on it, please? Yeah, so hiding the background overlay for this specific template. Once you go into the share screen, the share buttons are white, so they will be fairly invisible. So if you unhide the background overlay, which is the first one, it will have like a dim screen, which will then show the buttons better, unless you have a darker background.
Gotcha. Most of my backgrounds tend to be darker anyways. So again, we're going to click customize experience buttons here. And this is where you upload all of the different options. I've had issues with this. I know that sometimes you have to upload it in an APNG format. I've just done PNG and not have it animated and do a whole bunch of things and call it a day. Or there are plenty of places online where you can purchase them and upload them from there. So the next thing we're going to go into is this little section of the preview images. Now, again, we are really focusing on our customer experience here. And we're going to go over these particular images. So, for example, there was an event that we did with Visit Seattle. We have a tour with them with Seattle Convention and Visitors Bureau, and we're going to different cities selling Seattle and selling cozy season and selling, hey, it's, you know, not always depressing here. It's actually kind of nice. So one of the things that we do for them is we'll go into updating these preview images that potentially a guest can see. So whenever we do this, we're going to have, so this is the overlay, and these two girls that have been in my life probably longer than my father. However, they have been in my life for a very long time, and I'm kind of sick of seeing them. So now with the preview images, we can get rid of them. For example, I just have this one where you can set up, we did a little under the sea one. However, this one is the final one. So this little misty melody, and then the background is of Seattle, which is the physical background of that we were actually seeing at the event. So the one all the way on the right is the one that is most representative of the file that the customer is going to get. So we'll go into here and I'll show you how this works. So right here, we're going to go into presets. And we will go into template preview images. And right here is where we're going to go ahead and add it. So depending on the size of whatever it is you're uploading, you will upload that here. So I'm going to just go into the one that we just did. And this one was for Visit Seattle. So I'm going to title it Visit Seattle. And then this is the, I think it's 1920 by 1280 is the dimensions. And we're going to upload that background. And then we're going to hit Save Preview Pack. And then whenever we go into the new event, I'll just go into the test event. Well, actually, I'll go into the actual event. Actually, let me go back. So whenever we're going into app experience, now that we're back on this page where it has still and GIF and burst, we're going to click on these little drop downs, and then all the ones that we uploaded are going to be available here. So for example, since we're doing this for Visit Seattle, we uploaded that as a preview pack. We're going to click that, and then it's going to be that final one that I just showed you. So that's how we get that customized little look over there. If anyone has any questions so far, feel free to put them in the Q&A section. Otherwise, we'll move on, and we're going to go into offline background removal. So offline background removal is a great way to remove a background digitally in the device without necessarily having to use a credit for it. So what we would do is whenever we're setting up our event, we're going to click photo, and then we're going to enable green screen, and then it's going to bring you to the green screen page. And then where it says BG removal type, we're going to click the drop down and then go down to offline AI and then hit next. And then this is a little video. Whenever we're starting it, you're going to get that little transparent background as your proof that it's working. So it's going to do it in the device, and it's going to be instant. Your lighting needs to be good. Otherwise, you're going to have that little halo. So I'm doing, a brief little example between the two. Someone just asked, what's the difference in the quality between online and offline background removal? I always say you can get away with a lot more with the online. So if you're going to do offline, your lighting has to be dead on for it to work the way you want it, the way how you think it's supposed to work. Otherwise, whenever we do a glam booth, even if I have a white background, great lighting, I'm still going to throw on an online background removal just because I think the quality of the online is a little bit better. That's just me. It might be different for you. That's just kind of how it works. So nice little segue into lighting. We're going to go over a couple of different versions. So the way how this will work is we did an event for a trade show where we did headshots. And with this particular company, we designed this background QR code, and then we did like a little browser because they do digital marketing websites. And we were taking pictures of people in front of that little background. We are not using this background. That's the whole point of this, was we were doing it all digitally. So this is what it looked like in real life. And it can be done a couple of different ways. So what we did was we had a camera that was connected to a phone that was connected to Snappic. And then we're, digitally replacing the background with the online. So a couple of very quick lighting setups, depending on what you're doing, is we're always going to want to use softer light. I think that with the softer light, you're kind of creating a better glow on someone's face. And we also need to use a 3-point lighting setup if we're going to get the best results. So the whole point of this is you are trying to separate your subject from the background and make sure that that is a little bit more apparent with your lighting. And with this particular one, we used a reflector. However, we really want control of that background, and we kind of want to minimize that halo effect. So the more that you can do, a hair light, a key light, backlight, those kind of things, make sure that all the color temperatures are set up the way that they are supposed to be. Make sure they all match, because we don't want warm in the front and cool in the back, and that's not how that works. And then with this particular one, we were shooting at eye level. So some lighting examples is we have the reflector, we have a key light, a hair light, and a fill light. So this light right here is your key light, which is right in front. And this lighting right here is your fill light. It's going to fill in that section of their face. And then this is going to be a hair light that's typically higher up and pointed down. Next one, this is just done with 2 key lights and a hair light. And then this one is without the reflector. And then this one is just one massive, gigantic softbox with the diffuser against the background. So depending on the effect that you're going for, you can do all sorts of different things. I just saw someone that has a question about lighting for a 360. 360 is hard. If you really, really, really want great lighting for a 360, you're going to need 6 lights all the way around. I think that's kind of the best way to go with that. Just do 3 and 3. Facing in the middle, going all the way around. You can do, and I'm talking about those little ice lights, the little thin ones. But you can also do 3, gigantic ring lights. But also, whenever you do that, you're going to have these things in your videos. So I always like to do ice lights that are a little bit more powerful. And again, that's for a client that's kind of paying you to do that, because I don't think, I think 360 is getting to the point where it is so saturated at the moment. And I think that people's expectations are way, way less. So if it's just for a birthday party and throw some, a light on the arm, and that's probably about it. If we're doing something, super big, a gigantic brand activation, you're going to go ahead and fill it with a little bit more light than that. So next, we're going to move on to age gate. Age gate is a great feature if you're working with liquor companies and you need to have someone that is of age to utilize the photo booth. So whenever you're setting it up, you're going to click on event options and then go to age gate. And then whenever you go to age gate, it's going to bring you to this little page, and you can set your age limit, and then the heading, the description, and the error message. If someone does a age where they are too young, it'll shut off and it'll go back to the beginning. So it'll just restart. And then we can require it for the gallery and then for the sharing station as well. Next, we're going to move on to AI, all the fun stuff. So with AI, there's been a couple of updates that everyone needs to be aware of. And the first one that we're going to go over is the backgrounds. So the backgrounds, some of them now you can have a little bit more control over. So for example, in the comic background, this one has a themed one and then a plain one. So whenever you're going into the AI filter, actually, let me show you how to do that. And then we'll go to, that's not that event, this is the event. So we're going to go into AI templates. You're going to click edit, then click add filter. Actually, the comic one is already on here. So I'm going to edit it, and then we can change the background to either themed or plain, and then you'll hit confirm. And then this is what the example looks like. So this is the same input photo, just with the different themed backgrounds. So depending on the type of AI experience you're choosing, some of them have the ability to change the background. Then next, we're going to go into pose type. So again, some of the AI experiences have different pose types: original, half body, and headshot. I'm not going to demonstrate this because Snappic AI does me dirty and I don't like it. It's actually not that bad. It just takes a little bit of fine tuning for me. But anyways, so what we did is we went ahead and did a half body. And this is another example of the neon I think it's called Neon. Let me look in here. What is it called? Neon Punk is the name of this particular template. Next, we're going to move on to test the AI filter So with this particular one, I really enjoy because you don't necessarily have to load the event in the system, go to your phone, take a picture, do all the, rigmarole. So what we'll do here is we can go ahead and just test it on ourselves real quick. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to share this other screen. And then we'll go to illustration. This is where it does me dirty. And we're going to hit test. And then right here is where you will upload your test image. So I'm going to upload, I think I had to do a screenshot of it. See if I can find a photo. Downloads. There we go. This is going to look horrible because the photo that I'm giving it is a horrible photo. Someone just had a question. When can we expect the AI features to support more than one person in the photo? There is no current timeline on that. I will say this. So there have been updates where skin color, hair, glasses, all of those are now reflected into the AI. We have to recognize that AI is still in its infancy and not everything is going to be ready instantly. These things do take a little bit of time. But anyways, well, that one wasn't so horrible. I'm going to make that my profile photo. So here we can download this, send it to our client. Hey, this is an example of what this particular AI filter looks like. Look at those eyebrows. They're almost as good as real life. So anyways, this is a great way to test your AI filters ahead of time without having to do the back and forth. So I really enjoy that little feature. Next, we're going to go into before and after. So this is something I learned last night, actually. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over how to do a before and after with the same template. So we can have both on the same template. And then I'm going to go into the auto overlay feature and then the save layout overlay. Okay, so I already did this example, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it again. So I'm gonna click template library and square no frame. Actually, that's a lie. I'm going to create new template and I'm going to go into square and then I'm going to upload overlay. And this is the one that I did last night. So here's our overlay. This is the opacity brought all the way up. So the AI photo is going to be photo 1, and then your original photo is going to be photo 2. So I'm going to go to this cute little button that says auto frame create. And I'm going to click it. And then Snappic is going to find the holes in the photo and automatically fill them. And it is so much fun. And where was this 8 years ago? This is so cool. So again, it's already done all the tilting and all the other stuff for me. So again, photo 1 is going to be the AI photo, and then photo 2 is going to be the original photo that was taken. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. And I'm going to put a very official template title name, and then save layout with overlay. So you can click this now and it'll save the overlay with the photos to where you can go ahead and apply this to any future event, and you don't have to set this up one by one again. So that is going to be super, super, super beneficial. So I'm going to get rid of these guys and I'm going to save the changes. And then I'm going to go ahead and just test this on my phone. So I'm going to upload. I'm going to pull up the event in the system and I'm going to refresh it. Do that illustration one again. So actually on here, whenever you set up a new AI filter, you want to make sure that these are all set up in the same spot. So you can limit which overlays go to which AI feature. So I just went ahead and took a photo real quick. So I'm going to say your image is being processed. And again, you can change all that verbiage as well. And then we're going to go over here and I'm going to go to live gallery. And then the photo that we just took right now is here. And then we're going to click AI and then we're going to refresh it a little bit. Do you see how dirty it did me? Look at that. So horrible. So we're going to refresh this a little bit until it will pop up. And again, these things are really, really quick. So this one's already ready. So here we go with photo 1 as the illustration AI, and then photo 2 was the original one. So all these templates are now available to be customized for you to use. Love, love, love it. So I have a few more to get through. So the thing about AI is it's such a great thing. And again, like I said previously, it's still in its infancy. And so it provides so much creativity for our guests to use. It creates such a memorable experience. And I will say this, part of the fun of AI is whenever it screws up. And I think that we all have to recognize that we are there for entertainment and we are there to make sure that our guests have a good time, not feel offended about how their photo came out or whatever. I will say this, and again, this happens regularly, so it's super important to be able to recognize this. AI tends to do this thing where it makes everyone super skinny. There are some people that are like, wow, that's fantastic. Keep on going. It's like Ozempic in your phone. And then others are like, wow, that's not me. So it can definitely go both ways. But I think that part of the AI is to make sure that we are enjoying the fun, making sure that we're not taking it too seriously, and making sure that your attendants know how to handle these things whenever they're doing events with AI. So I really, whenever we train attendants to do AI, we need to make sure that everyone is understanding that this is very much a lighthearted experience and providing guidelines on how to turn negatives most definitely into positives, because we don't want anyone to feel offended or out of place or anything like that. Like we don't want that to happen, because that's not obviously not not the intention of it. So one of the things that we want to do is most definitely encourage laughter. And I'm going to get into some of the example photos. However, we had one guest come up, take a photo. Again, I will say that I have previously tested generative AI with Snappic. It's not ready yet. I don't know when. I will say that it can be a little scary, to tell you the honest truth. Yes, Ozempic filter in Miami, Ozempic filter in Vegas. Let's make sure that happens. So we want to make sure that we're encouraging laughter. We want to make sure that we're engaging with our guests. We want to make sure that we are having a good time. To me, whenever I'm selling AI, I would never sell it as the perfect magical pill that's going to make you lose weight. However, I do think that it's also important to recognize we can take another one. Let's try it again. And that's the whole fun of it. So again, we want to make sure that we're framing this in a really great way. We are engaging with our guests and we are creating a fun atmosphere is what we're really trying to do here. We don't want anyone to not have a good time. So I'm going to show you one test event that we did of just the pure mishaps that happened. So to preface this was a generative AI experience. This was something that was a particular theme with a client. So this particular client needed a pink background. We were doing a Roman theme, and we were making sure that everyone was in like togas or armor. Like that was the theme. In some instances that we did with the togas, we had to work really hard to make sure that, body parts weren't popping out because AI kind of went in that direction really quick. So it was like, whoa, we can't do this. So we had to fine tune it a couple of times, but even then it still got to a very weird point. So here are some of the horrific photos that kind of happened. This one particular on the right, which was hysterical. And so again, this was an evening event. Everyone's drinking, everyone's having a great time. Why was there a mask put on her? Why does she look like The Walking Dead? I have no clue, but that's just what it popped out with. It's kind of fun. Like everyone was just having a super great time. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. And literally it was the life of the party. Everyone was surrounding this photo booth. And it was such a great experience because this particular group of people, they were very forward thinking. They gave away an Apple Vision Pro. It was just a very fun environment to be in. And again, I think that this was the right environment to be in. Would I ever use AI for social? I don't think so. I don't think AI belongs at a wedding. That's just me. So with this particular lady, we had two versions of her. So this woman was gorgeous in real life and so pretty, beautiful hair. And this is what her first photo ended up with. Why did her eyes black out? We have no clue. Why? It was just such a mess. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. And then out pops this gorgeous photo of her. So this one, we did two different types of versions. One, we did a more photorealistic version, and the other one was, I don't know what it was, but with this one, I really do enjoy how she looked because it was very, very realistic. So again, there's the before and after. So as much as AI gets it wrong, it really gets it right because all of these came out spectacular. So it really hurts me whenever I see on Facebook groups, oh, I'm leaving Snappic, or oh, this AI is stupid, or oh, whatever, because it's, screwing up or whatever. That is 100% half the fun. And just making sure that everyone is having a super good time creating these really dumb photos that don't mean anything, but we're having a great time doing it. And I think that's what's important. Any other questions before I move on? Someone said go back to the attendance section. So again, I'll just briefly touch on this again. Whenever we're trading attendance, we really need, because these people need to be really good at conflict resolution, because there are some times where someone could come in and say, that's not me. It's not perfect. Let's try and add more light. Let's try and do this. Let's try and do that. Again, one thing that it cannot do right now is handle multiple people. So you have people that, and I don't know if this is the thing about working in Vegas. Vegas service people are really good at saying no. Um, trying to ask a bartender, oh, please, in Vegas, every one of them will say no, because we've dealt with horrible, horrible, horrible people. So one thing that I would like to say about this is you need to make sure that your attendants are bulletproof and are comfortable saying no. Can multiple people do this? No, they cannot. Well, why? Well, because the AI is trained for one person only. Excuse me. We have designed this to do one person only. It is a portrait that we're creating whenever we were doing these other fabulous little photos. We're almost out of time, so we have a couple more things to do. And so another thing that has been updated is the microsite photo download. I'm sure if you're on this call, you are very well aware of how this works. It is live now, so you don't have to do anything additional. It just happens automatically. Whenever you click the download button, it will go into save image, where you can save it into your photos, and it does not go into files anymore. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. I'm going to watch Sister Act 2 after this. So a fun thing about this little update was it was such a big update. I needed to let everyone know immediately. And one of the things that I started at Photo Booth Expo this year was the Photo Booth Texting Club. And it's such a fun way for me to communicate with everyone. And whenever this feature became available, Demir texted me and he was like, hey, this became live. I was like, I'm on it. And then I went and texted everyone, and my phone exploded with everyone being like, oh my God, this is amazing. Finally, like, yes, this is great. I love it. So I really enjoy being able to tell you these things. For example, OrcaView for Memorial Day, they did a rather big sale. So I got to let everyone know a couple days earlier. That was a little bit of fun. So yes, so if anyone wants to join the Photo Booth Texting Club, you can text Ryan to 833-209-9555, or you can go ahead and scan that little QR code and it'll just ask you for your phone number. You'll get a quick little text and then we'll be good to go. And then one other thing that I just went and updated on my website, ryansalinas.com, is I have my toolbox of all of the things that I use. And some of them are affiliate links. Some of them aren't. Actually, I think only 2 or 3 of them are affiliate links. But these are all the things that I use for my business. Soundstripe is the big one. So if you would like, you can go to photoboothbusiness.com, or I'm sorry, ryansalinas.com. Skipping ahead. Lastly, I did a little update, and I know that a couple of people have purchased this recently, and I will go ahead and resend this to you. However, I have redone the Photo Booth business contract that is for sale on my website at ryansalinas.com. It is all updated with things for 2024. One of the things that is probably one of the bigger key points is the remote access feature. So for example, there was an event that I was doing that was a drop-off booth, and the client calls the main line and says, this photo booth is not working. So naturally I go into Snappic, I click connect, I go into the iPad to see what's going on, and I see that it's working correctly. And I'm on the phone with her, and I told her, I was like, everything is working, just fine. I don't see where this is a problem. And she was like, well, are you spying on me? And I was like, oh my God, here we go again. So in the Photo Booth business contract, there is a clause in here that explains the use of remote use technology. So that's one of the things that is in there. I really do enjoy all the things that we've updated in that one. Another thing is like touching people's personal belongings and things like that. My team knows that they cannot touch someone else's phone. Hey, can you take a picture of us? Sorry, can't touch your phone. So it goes into all those different fun little things in there. So let's do a quick little Q&A if anyone has any additional questions before we get to the giveaway. Oh, I need to catch up on some things. The recording for this will be available in a couple of days. If you are in the Photo Booth Texting Club, you'll get a notification whenever it is updated online. That's one of the things that I'll text out. Hey, it's all available now. You can go and rewatch this from the very beginning again. Okie dokie. Any questions? Do we have any signs on the photo booth to indicate safety precautions of any sort? I don't. Typically what we'll do is we'll have attendants give like a little spiel. Hey, you're going to step on the 360 unit. It's going to spin around, 6, 7, 8 times. Don't step off until we tell you to step off. That way no one gets hit with an arm. Do you need Enterprise to connect remotely? If not, how can you demonstrate? I will go ahead and absolutely 100% do this for everyone. I'm going to go ahead and go back into this real quick. Stand by. So what you're going to do is at the top, you're going to click connect. Oh, I don't know. Demir's going to have to help me on this one with connect. Sorry. I don't know what someone asked me. Well, what plan do you have? I was like, I have everything with Snappic. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into like this particular event. So if I have, I'm actually going to get this going on my phone. So I have the test event going on my phone right now. I can see that this particular device is connected less than a minute ago. So I'm going to click that little remote button.
Correct.
And then I'm going to, Demir, the question is, how much is this?
Oh, it is an add-on for Pro Monthly and for Enterprise Monthly and Enterprise Annual with White Label and Live Connect. For a monthly subscription, it's $69, and for annual is, I think, $5.99. I would need to double check, but I think it's $5.99.
$1. Wonderful.
Dollars,
so we're
yes.
going to go into here. No, I'm saying it costs $1 because that's how much it's going to save you. So you're going to click to, you're going to click into the session. And then on here, it's going to show a little red thing above. And so now it's mirroring what I'm doing on my phone. So if I click still and I click, I'm not doing that one because I look horrible on that one, but it's showing what's actually happening with me.
Yes, this is a great thing to have if you have a drop-off booths. Like, yeah.
I use this practically every day. So you can also, that's another thing is if I click show overlay, so actually I'm going to tap to finish. And we're going to do
then you have the bottom right dot.
Yeah. So if I click share overlay, it's going to send a message to the device and it's going to say this device is currently being uploaded. So people can't screw with it. You can go in, fix your settings, refresh the event, and then get back on your merry way. Y'all didn't know this? So anyways, so that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing on here. And then we can click to end this little session. But that's the thing on here is if you have a drop-off booth, I can go ahead, log in real quick, make sure that everything's going fine. Let's just say that there's not an attendant there. I can go in, refresh the event, hit start, get rid of that overlay, and then it's good to go. It's really great. Also, I used it this last weekend. We had an attendant in Minneapolis, and she was doing an event, and she's like, hey, can you just look at my settings real quick? So I went in, clicked on Live Connect, looked for all the things that were going on, and fixed her settings that were just a little minute, again, because from the very beginning of this little call, I'm a little bit particular, and got her going and on her merry way. So I think that it's such a wonderful tool for everyone to be able to use. Does anyone have any questions? Any questions?
you can also welcome to speak if anybody has questions. You can press space bar and talk.
I want to make sure cooking video.
Hey, Ryan, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Caller, you're on the
Hey,
air.
hey, thank you for having me. Ryan, thank you so much for taking the time to offer some tips and strategies for the boost. I would like to know, are you open to raffling off a one-on-one session with you to ask some like questions and consulting and things like that?
Not today. Today we're
Okay.
doing something. Today we're doing something else. But yes, I am available for consultations. If you go to ryansalinas.com, there's a schedule a call button. It's a one-on-one consultation. There's several people on this call that have done one-on-ones with me.
Oh, cool.
I very much enjoy it. I enjoy everyone being able to get to talk to everyone on an individual basis and answer all the questions that you need. But today we are giving away hold on, let me make sure I'm not screwing this up. We're giving away a 1-month subscription of Enterprise Plus. So I will have Demir select someone shortly that is still on this call. But yes, so that's what we're giving away today. So that one is the thing that does the white label portal, the connect, and a whole bunch of other fun stuff that everyone will enjoy.
I don't know how to randomly select a person. So what I'll rather do is I'll collect all these emails, put them in the raffle.
Oh, yeah, we can do that. Or you know what I'll do is we can post the winner in. I'm actually going to do a screenshot right now of everyone in it. So we'll do the winner from there. Yay. Anyone else have any questions? I'll go on. We're done. That's it. Thank you so much for everyone. I'll stay on for a couple more minutes if anyone else wants to chit chat.
Hi, Ryan.
Hi, caller, you're on the air.
How are you?
Hi, Felipa. How are you, my little chalupita?
I'm good. Okay, so my question is about presets. Now,
yes, ma'am.
You know how you had it on ready versus tap to start in that one menu where you select the 5 seconds?
Yep.
That doesn't change it on the actual track screen, right?
What do
you know how like there's the one that's like white, yellow, and red, and it says tap to start?
Correct. So that one,
Okay.
Those are the animations. Those are separate from the displays, the overlays.
Okay.
Those are separate things. So anything that's already in that attract screen gallery, none of that can be changed. None of that can be messed with. The only thing is the prompts that will pop up.
Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm.
And I love your attention to detail with the select versus pick. So you.
Really is. It really is. I see that someone's raising their hand. I don't know how to do this.
Beza, you can speak.
I think you just need to press the space.
Rita, you can speak as well.
I got it.
Did you say Sarita?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Hi. Thank you for all the information. It was really helpful. I had a question. I like to create my own digital props. Do you have any tips to create our digital props? I know how to upload them, but I would like to create my own.
Sure. One of the things that I really enjoy to do with digital props is sunglasses. I will do this until the cows come home. So what you do is you go into Canva, you'll find, a pair of glasses or whatever. What I like to do is I like to customize the insides of the glasses. So there was one event that I did a super long time ago. If I find it, I'll go ahead and post it. But there was a guy from Texas and he was moving to the UK and it was his going away party. And his friends did this huge, gigantic bash for his going. Granted, they were all loaded. So, whatever. But what we did was we did glasses and we did half of them Texas and half of them UK. So that's my favorite to do. And I think that you can do anything, any theme, any event, any day of the week, any time of year, and customize those glasses. Sporting events, absolutely love that stuff. So, change the color to match the sports team, put the logo on it, that kind of thing.
So it would be,
sunglasses are typically my go-to.
So it would be like a PNG file with transparent background?
Yep, transparent background. And then you'll go into the digital prop section, and then you'll hit a couple of points. And then whenever it uses facial recognition, it'll attach it to those points. I usually do it like right above the eyebrows. And then it'll apply it whenever the guest goes to take the photo.
Sweet. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Beza, you're next. So I just hit that little, if you can just hit your little button.
Sorry, it was a mistake. Sorry.
Oh, no worries. Someone asked, how does Photo Booth Uploader work? So typically what you'll do is you'll go into resources and you'll download Photo Booth Uploader onto your computer. And what it'll do is it's just a watch folder. So you're creating a watch folder, and that will go into your Snappic event. One thing about Photo Booth Uploader is overlays, any customizations, filters, none of that will apply to whatever's being uploaded. Whatever's being uploaded is uploaded as it is. I think we're limited on file size and file type. I think it's only JPEGs. And I want to say it's 25 mega. I don't know how big it is or how big a file it'll let you do it. But anyways, but the great thing about that is, but the great thing about that is every now and then I'll be at an event and I'll take photos of people with my phone. Well, how do you get those photos into your Snappic gallery? So what I like to do is take all of those photos that I did on my phone, go into Photo Booth Uploader, upload them. Pro tip, if you used facial recognition to register everyone into the system, whenever you upload those photos and the system recognizes their faces, they'll get a text message of all the photos that you just took of them. Fun time.
It's called AI sharing. Joel, you can ask a question.
Thank you so much for the information. I'm doing an event that is requiring Hawaiian theme. Do we have AI for Hawaiian theme?
I don't think so. No.
Not at the moment. It would need to be a feature request on our side. So you can send us a message and request it, but you would need to create a face swap, generate face swaps and then upload them individually.
That would be a better option, I think. So again, with face swap, you can come up with like 6 different options and then just 3 male, 3 female, and then swap them out. Facial recognition is available with all plans. Yes. The only thing is you are utilizing a sharing credit
for AI sharing. Yes.
Correct. So whenever it uses facial recognition, you're using a credit for that.
Yes, and it's only available on Enterprise.
Ooh, sorry. Level up.
Because it requires AVA and Advanced Vision Analytics, which is only available for Enterprise.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, everyone. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
For your AI experiences, do you ever use DSLR cameras?
Yeah, absolutely. You can use whatever. So the whole thing about AI is whenever you are putting anything through AI, your result is going to be whatever it is you're giving it. So if you're giving it something amazing, it's going to come out with something amazing. If you're giving it crap, it's probably going to come out with something crappy. So again, if you're doing anything with DSLR, you're going to get a much better result. So you get what you give.
Okay. Thank you.
And I see Sarita had a question. Do I have a disclaimer available on my website? A disclaimer for what? For AI?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, my kids are screaming in the background.
No,
Sorry
I love it.
about that. Disclaimer, yes, for the face recognition. And just like
Yes.
You do, so
Yes.
like a template, so I can add it and I can purchase
So-
it and add it too.
No, so you
My-
don't need to do any of the disclaimer stuff. The disclaimer is already embedded in the Snappic experience. So whenever you go to, I can just show you real quick. Please hold.
I didn't know. That is so awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So we're going to go into here and we're going to go into QR interaction. And then whenever you
A
click
quick
that,
answer
it's
to Justin while you're doing that is that there is a plan to do it, but I don't think it will happen soon.
Gotcha.
This is about MP4 files and video effects using the Uploader app, which means upload MP4 and have Uploader app actually add the effects and everything else. But yeah, that's not possible at the moment. But it is planned.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go into QR settings and then we're going to click AI sharing. And then we're going to click save changes. And then we're going to go down to this where it says QR interaction
Press
here.
the link.
So whenever we
Yes.
do QR interaction, I did this in a previous Snappic session where we would have this QR code available. You can send this to your client. You can have it printed. You can have everything done ahead of time. You can have it on iPads. If you have a really long line, you can have people scan while they're in the line, and then it'll take you to this page. And then it'll say, hey, type in your phone number. And then you'll type in your phone number. And then that disclaimer that you were asking, it pops up right here. So the guest has to agree to utilize AI sharing. And then you'll click agree. And then it'll say, hey, let me take your photo real quick. Typically, whenever we're explaining this to people,
It may not work for you because you're too far, but let's see.
watch me.
Okay.
So it'll take you to this little page.
That's cool.
That's cool. So now any photo that I appear in, I will have only the gallery of my photos in here.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Super fun. Super fun. So now that I'm registered into the system, if I were to add more photos of me into the system, I would get text messages whenever a photo is uploaded.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I got time for one more question.
Okay, Hector, you can go.
Hey Ryan, thank you for taking my question. So I'm a big fan of the face swap as opposed to the AI.
Yep.
Do you have any pro tips as far as finding images that you can use for face swap? I'm always having a hard time finding good images that I can use for events for face swap.
Yeah, whenever you find them, let me know because it's hard. So it's hard to create those images. Again, maybe Shutterstock or anything that you can license something from. But again, AI is just it's a little funky. I typically don't do a lot of face swap. I am kind of just staying away from it. But that's just me at the moment. I would kind of stick to whatever is already in here. And then if you have any other questions, just start a chat in the Snappic support and they can help you with whatever you're trying to go for.
Yeah, just real quick, a quick comment, Ryan. And
Yep.
I think one of the, I think Justin just mentioned on that, AI has been something that has kind of worked for me, kind of. It's just kind of difficult to find the right prompts, but I have gotten some images from AI, which kind of work sometimes.
So that's another thing is there, and the reason why I'm staying away from it is because there's some legality issues on whether or not you can use those. So again, if you're not technically supposed to use a mid-journey photo for face swap because you're charging for this. So that's kind of why I'm staying away from it. So you're technically not supposed to be doing that.
Got it. Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, everyone. I really appreciate it. We will go ahead and all of the emails and all the names of people are saved in the back end of our system. So we will do a little
raffle, and then
yeah,
I'll send an email to the winner.
Well, yeah, and then we'll go ahead and we'll post it. Thank you so much, everyone. I really appreciate it. If anyone has any questions, you can go to ryansalinas.com. I guess I'm on Instagram again. Oh my God, Ryan just posting a lot of fun stuff. Yes, I will bring up the texting club again for everyone that has any last minute things, but thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
When we text you back, do you know that it's us?
So I don't know who it is. I just see the phone number. So I reply to everything, but I don't know who you are unless you say, hey, it's me. And even then, don't say, hey, it's me, because I'll think you're my mother. And then I really won't text you back.
It's a we need to talk text.
Someone texted me you up. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Not are you up?
Are you up? Okie dokie. Thank you so much, everyone. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Ryan and Demir.